Hi friends, in this video series we will use DALL-E to create images, to create variations of those images and to edit the specific portions of those images. Now DALL-E is a generative AI model. It is developed by OpenAI who also developed the ChatGPT. Okay, let's start. So here we are importing a bunch of libraries. Obviously OpenAI for generating the images, and the other libraries we will see when we use them in the code. So here we are accessing the OpenAI API key using the environmental variables. Now you can go to OpenAI, you can create a free account and you can get the API key there, right? It will give you some credits. Yeah. So the images, free account comes with some credit, and these are the charges per image. Okay, so the price depends on the resolution of the image. Now the lowest, we can have only 3 resolutions, the lowest 256 by 256, and it costs 0.016 cents or dollars, right? And the highest resolution 1024 by 1024. Okay, so the create image API, it takes 4 parameters. One is prompt, which is where we describe what we want to create, right? So it's a text to create the images. Now it can have maximum only 1000 characters. And the second parameter is number of images. Now this can be between 1 to 10. Okay, and remember your price is per image. So the more images you create, the more you get charged. And if you are using free account, that might get consumed quickly, right? And then the third parameter, size. So these are the 3 different sizes we can give. And the fourth one is the response format. We can either choose URL. So the created images, we can go to a URL to access them, or we can create this binary 64 format string as well. Okay, so here we are calling the function OpenAI.image.create. This is our prompt. So here we are saying a cyberpunk monkey hacker dreaming of a beautiful bunch of bananas, and it's a digital art, right? So we want to create 2 images with the size 512 by 512. And let's look at both the formats, the response format. Let's start with URL. So we want the response to be URL. Now when you run the code, we get the response, and this response is a dictionary. So this is the time, and then the data contains the image information. Because we are asked for URL format, so here is the first URL. We can go to this URL to see the first image, and you can then so in this list the second element contains the link to the second URL. Okay, now obviously you can open these URLs in your browser and you can see the images, but what we are going to do is we are going to use the request library to download the images directly to our local machine, and then we visualize them within this Python notebook. Okay, so as you saw here, the response data, it's a list, right? And the number of elements will be as many as the number of images. So here we are looping over the response data. We are just creating this index using the enumerate, and then we have the image dictionary. The image dictionary has only one element, which is a URL. Okay, so this is the image URL. From the image dict, we are getting the URL. This is the image URL. And then we are using this URL with the request library to get the content of that image, right? So here we are getting the content of the image. And then we are creating a file name. So we want to save this file to a local folder called images. And then we are giving the name image underscore URL underscore. So the first index would be 0. And the second index would be 1 because we are creating 2 images, right? So we are saving the images in PNG format. All right, then we simply open this file with the file name, and we write the content of the image to the file. Okay, so that's how we can save the generated images to our local disk. And then let's see how those images look like. So the first image, this is image URL, image underscore URL underscore 0, and the second image underscore URL underscore 1, as we have created here, right? Let's go back to the prompt and let's have a look at one more time. So we are asking for a cyberpunk monkey hacker dreaming of a beautiful bunch of bananas, and it's a digital art. Let's see the images generated. Yeah, those looks a close representative of what we asked for. It's a cyberpunk monkey dreaming the beautiful bananas. It's a digital art. So all the elements of the prompt have been accurately captured in this image. All right. Let's look at the binary format as well. So earlier when we created the images, we asked for the response format to be URL. Now we are asking for the binary 64 format, right? Again, now this time we have a different prompt. We are asking for a white Siamese cat. Okay. And then the response similar to the above. We have this created the timestamp, and then and then we have the data. So because we have asked for two images, again this data is a list of two elements, and each element is a dictionary with only one value, which is this base 64, basically the image in this binary string format. Okay, so similar to before, we loop over the response data, and then we access the image data by decoding it using this B64 decode function from that library, right? So this element base, so basically we are decoding all this value because this contains the image information. So we are decoding it, and then we are writing to the file as before. Okay, all right. Now let's go here. So these are the two images we have created. Again, let's look at the prompt again. A white Siamese cat. Okay. So yeah, that's a white cat, and this is another white cat. All right. So we have used OpenAI to create images. In the next two videos, we will see how we can create variations of an image. So, and then we will see how we can edit portions of an image. That's all for today. Thank you.